Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to talk on the SAP Build Apps service which is provided by SAP BTP platform for no code or low code development. It's a drag and drop services which is available inside the SAP BTP platform for creating apps. Whenever you go inside the BTP, inside instances and subscription, you need to add the SAP Build App services. Once you click on go to application, it will redirect you to this lobby. This is the first screen for the SAP Build Apps. So let's start with it. First of all, SAP Build Apps is a low code and no code platform. That means you can, by adding a very low code or just by doing a drag and drop and some bindings and changes in the properties, you can create the app based on the OData or the REST API or any other database based on the Google Firebase and all. So we will talk on it in detail. On this screen, you will have option to create a project. Also, you can able to see projects which are created by you. So whenever you will click on create, it will give you three options. These are the three options available inside the SAP Build platform. SAP Build is the service which includes building an application. It means build apps. Then automation process. It's normally used for the approvals and all, like a workflow. Then build a business site. It means we can also develop a website for a complete organization, the internal website for an organization using this business site platform. But in this video, we are going to talk on the application only. So let's click on it. Once I click on it, I again got a two options: web and mobile application, and the another one is application backend. Application backend is the service where we can write a server side code by using some drag and drop techniques only. Now in this video we are going to talk on web and mobile application. So let's click on it. Once I click on it, it is giving me the option to give the name for our project. So I'm giving it as SAP Build Demo. You can also give the space in between. Description like SAP Build Apps Demo. Once it's done, need to click on create. It will create the application interface for us. Now this is the page where we can develop our application. Okay. On the top you will find some options like UI canvas. I will just increase my to the 100%. You will find this UI canvas, launch, theme, navigation, data, auth, and help. This part we can call as a global toolbar, where UI canvas will give us the canvas where we can design it. Now it's set up on the full screen. We can set up on the iPad also. It will sorry, can click on the iPad also. It will give us the it's not changing the one. Just a minute. It's changing to the iPad Pro. Zoom level is 100%. Then I will just search on some smaller one. Let me change it. So as iPad Pro is having 1024 pixel, it's that much big. If I click on some OnePlus 3 and all, it will show me that screen for that particular resolution. So some are disabled, that's why it's not able to click on it. But you can click on iPhone 5 SE, so it will look like this canvas. So we can set whatever the device on which we are targeting. So for now, I will just set on the full screen. This we called as a canvas. Then this on the top, we call it as a global toolbar. On the left hand side, we can see this, this we can call as a component library. Also on the top of component library, we are having the marketplace. If we click on it, we are having the lots more option. And from this, we can add a different options which are not available in the component library. So here I can search for list. So I will get all the different types of list we can which I can use inside my project. So these are all types of list. If I click on anyone, if it is not available in my component, it will give me option here as a install. Once I install it, it will be available in my installed components. Here are the few components which I installed from the marketplace. So this we can call as a component library. Then on the right hand side, it's a property panel where the property for the selected, like if I select the headline here, so we can see here the property, and we can also change it a headline new. So like this, we can change the properties. This we called as a property library. Now again, come back to the global toolbar. The first one is a UI canvas where you can design the UI. Then the second one is the launch. Once our app is ready, we can launch this to see the preview. I can just open the preview portal and then open UI, and now I will select my app SAP Build Demo. Then this will show me the app preview which is already there, which I created. I haven't saved it as a headline new. If I saved it and then again come back to here, it will give me the headline new. So this is the launch use of launch button. Then again we are having the theme. Currently it is this primary background which theme is selected. We can actually there are lot different are themes. So we can select a different themes which will directly change the uh, color coding. You can also duplicate it the background color and then change it as you want. You can also design your own themes. Then the fourth option is navigation. Inside the navigation, currently I am able to see only the home page, as this is the only page which I am having right now. On the right hand side on top below the application name, I am having this option. If I click on it, it will give me the option to add a new page. From here we can add a new page. Now again come back to the navigation. It's the navigation where I can set which is the first page, which needs to be second page, and all that I can set it here. Then the fifth and most important is the data. For the data, we are having two major options. The first one is add integration. If I click on it, I will get the Visual Cloud functions. These are the functions which we can able to create in uh, in the backend, which I showed you at the start. So if we create any functions, we can use it here. Then SAP systems. These are the destinations created inside the SAP systems, which we can access it here. So whenever I try to click, it's telling me please configure the BTP authentication. So before using this SAP systems, I need to authenticate. I need to add the BTP authentication. So let's wait to add it and just check below what are the other options available. Now inside the SAP Build Apps classes data entities and then Google Firebase. Now, if I click on it, it will give me again five options. The first one is REST API direct integration, then OData integration. In this one, I can use the REST API. I can add my user URL and all, and then use the different methods like get, post, put, and delete to get the data. Then the second one is OData, where I just need to give the URL for the OData and the authentication. Then the third one is Google Firebase or Cloud Firestore, where we can access the Google Firebase data. Now the fourth one is again the SAP BTP destination, which we will going to see, and the fifth one is the marketplace search. It is actually the open APIs which we can use in our demo applications if we don't have any database. So now the sixth option is authentication. So here I can enable the authentication. Inside the authentication, I get again the three options. The first one is Firebase email and password, where I can configure the email and password inside the Firebase database and that I can use it here. Then the BTP authentication and the third party authentication. If we going to use the third party, we need to configure that authentication. After selecting this, it will provide us the login screen, but the backend part and how the authentication will work, that we need to configure. For now, I'm clicking on the BTP authentication. Then okay. Once I click on it, it is saying the choose initial views as the SAP BTP authentication. Now again I am going to the data and now trying to add the integration. Now if you can see, BTP destination is enabled. Once I click on it, it will give me the IS4 option. So this is the destination which already created inside my BTP platform. So if I click on it, it will give me all the entities which are available inside this destination. So here like sales order header set, sales order header ELSA set, sales order header archive and ELSA workspace set. So all these four are the entities which are available inside this BTP destination. I can also browse the real data from this. So this is the data which is available inside the SAP order header set. If I need to add the integration, I need to click on this install integration. Once click on it, I need to select the entity which I want to use and enable data entity. So once it is enabled, I will click exit. It will be available here inside my SAP system and sales order header set like a OData integration. Then for the REST API, as I already told, we need to configure this information to access the REST API. We are going again to the UI canvas. Now here you can see the view and variables. So on the UI canvas, we are having this option to check this is the view, and then if I click on the variable, it will give me the option for all the different variables. So this is the apps variable, then page variable, page parameter, then data variable. So these are all different types of variable which are available. Then this for the text. Here we can create the variables which we can use to save some data. Okay. Now, as you now can see, when I clicked on the page, I am able to see the two pages now. First one is SAP BTP authentication and the another is home page. As I have activated the BTP authentication, it will create a first page as the BTP authentication. Okay. Now I am again going back to my UI canvas. Okay. So now in case if I want to add some image, so it just a drag and drop. I can just add the image part here. It will show the image here and I need to just change this source. So for the source, if I go to the TJC on our own website and right click on it and copy image address. This is just for the demo purpose. Just give the path of that email and it will show my image here. No need to add any coding or anything. We can just set the layout, the width and all. Everything we can handle it here. Like exact size, if I want a width like pixel for the 500 pixel, height if I want to give, I can give like height as a 200. It will create a logo like that only. Okay. So this is how we can add the image. Also like a card, I can also add a container here. I will just add a container. Inside a container, I will just drag and drop this image inside the container. Now my image is inside the container. I can click on here. Sorry, it's I clicked on the duplicate one. If I click on the image one, it will show me the top one is the container. Now I am on the container. On the style, I am getting these different types of styles. I can select the primary card. It will change the look for the image. It will show my container as a card, and then on the container it is showing the image. Also all other options are available, like how to show the data inside it and all. So this is the positions, align cell, and align it at the center. Then different options are there which we can use: width, height, advance, then position. We can align it at a center for on the container. So these are the options are available. The same way we can add the input field, then password field, okay, and then button. So while designing like a any login screen, you will have the username, password, and then button. After putting the username and password, if we click on the button, then there should be some logic to authenticate it. Then where to write that logic? Once I click on the button, you can see on the below part, add logic to button. So this we are calling as a flow logic. And inside this, if we open this part, we can call it as a logic panel, where we can add a logic. And also on the left hand side, the different library got open, which we call as a flow function library. These are the functions, like if I and the event is component tap, means any if anyone tap on that event, I can set like set app variable, and then it will set some app variable. Okay, for now I need to add some app variable here. Then I will add it here, like then the name is user. Okay, also I will add the another. It's not a practical way, I'm just showing it for the demonstration. Password. These two variables got created. I'm again going back to the view, then again selecting the button. Click on the button, its tab is there, then variable is there. I can uh, show like variable name, selected at app variable, then as a user, save. Then what will be the assigned value? Assigned value, I can click on it and just I will add as a component property or the value. Then what is the component property? I can add like my label is there, then text is there, the input field 1, because I want to add that input field 1 value. And you can select like input field placeholder text, auto capitalize, input field value is incompatible, then unavailable. All the input field values are not available. So let's click on the input field here, properties, value. So value I can directly actually set it here, like data variable, then app variable. I can directly set it as a user. Okay. So this is also the option available. We can directly set whenever anyone put it here, the application user will get checked. Then password is also I can set directly here from the value, like app variable and password. It will directly set in that variable. And on the button, other than setting the variable, I will do another thing, like toast message. So I will just show the toast message. And what in the toast message I need to show? I need to show, okay, here I am having two, both the variables are already there. So I will write on the formula. Inside the formula, I can write it as the user name, then colon, plus and I am having the app variable is user, use that, enter, then plus password, plus app variable, and then password, enter. Okay, So this way we can write a formula. We are also having a different functions like color, copy, date function, engineering, financial. Lot of functions are there. We can develop our formula here. I'm clicking on save here. Now, if you check here, we are getting the same page which we developed. I'm username as Swapnil, then password is as Swapnil 123456. Whenever I'm clicking on it, it is giving me the username as a Swapnil, password as a Swapnil 123456. So that way we can authenticate and write a logic. So let's stop it here and we will talk on the detail of how I created this another application for the sales order. So we will talk on this in the next video. Thanks.